It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Memphis Grizzlies. And for Memphis, the season hasn't gone as smoothly for them as I'm sure they hoped it would. The good news is we still have a good chunk of it left to play, but if they're going to make a run, they better do it soon. In a league of giants, the NBA community loves to cheer for the little guy. One of the best ever players under 6 feet tall got to be Isaiah Thomas. Guys, just how is he able to dominate when he's listed at, what, 5'9"?
Yeah, I mean, his domination comes from his speed and quickness. And actually, it's an advantage. He uses his lack of size as an advantage because he sees avenues and lanes that typically taller players can't see. Great outside shot, what makes you cover him. This guy has the total package.
A short guy sees lanes that taller players can't see.
No question.
Anyway, he plays with zero fear in this game. Reminds me of a little bit of Allen Iverson.
So Isaiah Thomas, 5'9". Shaq, when he was born, you don't realize this, was 5'10".
Wow.
Yeah.
5'10".
Here's
You're
Kevin
5'10".
Harlan.
5'10".
Wow.
It's the Western Conference on display, featuring the Memphis Grizzlies. Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. And do we have a present for you today? This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And giving us the rundown from the sideline, David Aldridge. Lakers are enjoying this break from the road. They're free-falling right now, piling up loss after loss. We'll see if they can bounce back.
Yeah, and Kevin, I haven't been able to quite figure out what the problem been for this group, but obviously neither have they, because the struggle is real. I know they're working hard to get things figured out, but no matter what road they've taken, it's led to a dead end.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, Kevin, Channing Frye's floor spacing puts opposing bigs in a bind. Frye says big guys like to paint. I make them allergic to it. Their big guys want to help, but he can't. He's got to come to Fryland. Just sit out there with me. So it's a pick your poison kind of thing. Kevin, if there's one place I know you'll love, it's Fryland.
That's right, T.A. You and I both, maybe after the broadcast, you and I can swing over there for a bite. Clark, assess the center position right now in the NBA. And I'm talking about elite centers and their place in the game.
Well, the center position has changed, Kevin. You don't have a lot of back-to-the-basket centers anymore. More of the big guys are stepping out and are more like stretch fours than traditional big guys. What you have in the center position now typically are rebounders and rim protectors. Not many dominant scorers on the low block.
So Memphis will get the first possession, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. In the post, it's Green and Gasol together. Conley out there with Evans, and it's McLemore in at the 3 spot. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Now here's Ingram. Not a lot of room. Gasol with the rebound. And so it's Memphis with it. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Yeah, they couldn't do any better than a shooting percentage in the low 30s on that night, guys, and that's pretty much a death sentence.
Yeah, I can't name a team that's going to find a way to win shooting like that. I mean, they never had a chance with the touch they had that night.
Ball kicks to Randall. Passes it to Ball. Lopez sets a screen for Ball. Lakers passing it around. Clock at 4. He can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Gasol. Evans dishes to McLemore. The basket good off the assist from Evans. McLemore's got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for the Grizzlies. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And there's the feed to Ingram. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Yeah, early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Dishes it to McLemore. Evans against Caldwell Pope. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
Boy, the confidence of Gasol on the block is really impressive to see. I mean, once he gets good positioning, he goes right to work.
And in today's NBA, how about the value in having a guy at the center who has the versatility and the skill set of a Marc Gasol? With his passing and shooting, and he becomes a great zone buster for any team.
And Marc Gasol becoming more aggressive, looking for his own offense.
And I thought at times in the past he was unselfish to a fault. His teammates egged him on, told him you're the best center in the game, go out there and dominate. And now it seems like he's becoming more comfortable in his skin.
The wide open look here for Lopez. Misses the 3.
Still scoreless after 4 attempts, trying to take the lid off the basket.
McLemore, his shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Oh, fruitful possession, just doing what they can to extend the lead.
Yeah, that's tremendous efficiency there. I mean, you like seeing them put together these types of plays.
Now, here's Ball. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Here's Gasol following the basket by Brook Lopez. Evans goes in, off with the layup.
And I think all the credit goes to the defense there, Kevin. Exceptional job getting the shooter to rush that layup.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
Yeah, and knifing into the middle. Caldwell Pope, not just a perimeter threat. Young fella can elevate.
Now here's Evans. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Suns in Phoenix.
And you know what? In that last game, he was also all over the place on defense, mucking up the passing lanes and getting all kinds of steals, too.
And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Tyreke Evans, the 4th pick back in 2009, won Rookie of the Year.
Averaged 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists right off the bat. And it's been about the injuries in terms of what's held him back. If he can stay healthy, and that's a big if, the talent is obvious.
One shot.
Free throw good. Tyreke Evans. And the Grizzlies enjoying the longest stretch of sustained success in franchise history. Greg's 7 consecutive seasons making the postseason.
And this group has gotten as far as the Western Conference Finals. And a lot to be said for that consistency. But, of course, everyone's in this for the rings. Interesting to see where they go from here to turn the corner into a true contender.
Conley kicks to Evans. Green with a screen for Evans. And the call will be against Julius Randle. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Caldwell Pope against Evans. Shot clock at 6. Inside. Rejection.
Ball size and timing really an asset when it comes to him blocking shots.
Randle passes the ball. Randle dishes to Caldwell Pope. Now here's Ball. Covered by Conley. They set the pick. Ball kicks to Zubats. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And when Ball has the ball, it's in good hands. He can run the offense, no doubt.
Outside Conley. Over in the corner, Green looking for Gasol. He gets it there. Shoots over Zubac. And the rejection by Zubac. Now here's Ball. Covered by Conley. Here's Ingram. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
Nothing dropping for him, so I think in the best interest of his team, he may need to think about not shooting right now.
Ball with the bucket.
Boy, Ball showing us a nice little mid-range game, Kevin. With his height and touch, he's got great confidence with the in-between game.
And that replay presented by Under Armour showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. Now here's Gasol. And that one falls coming off Conley's feed. Gasol's got 5 now.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Lakers trail by 3. Now here's Ball. Kicks it to Ingram. Picked by Randall. And here's Caldwell Pope. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And you see the quickness of KCP bursting to the rim.
Outside Conley. That one's not going to go. And the Lakers take it the other way. Coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, that was more than just a tough loss. That was a complete embarrassment.
Yeah, the woodshed is what we call that. They annihilated him, simply had no answers for how to slow him down.
And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up. So Conley will go to the line here. Lonzo Ball picks one up. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown. And Mike Conley Jr., you know, you talk about being bred for success. Remember, his dad was a gold medalist in the triple jump. And you can just see that athleticism in his game. Super quick and elusive out on the floor.
They set the pick. Caldwell Pope passes to Zubac. Off the mark, his first miss of the game, 1 for 2. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Evans. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Evans has got 5. And with Conley's athleticism and his handle, tough to keep him out of the lane.
And if you go under on that pick, he can hurt you from deep. This guy really the complete package, arguably the most underrated point guard in our league. You know, rising to the challenge, KCP often deterred by physical play, converts through the contact on that one.
So timeout called here, the first for Memphis. So Memphis ends up going with the new group. And where the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for Los Angeles.
And clearly, this is a squad that makes its living in the paint. Very few teams are as determined to get the ball inside as much as they are. They aren't going to settle for jump shots. They're going to continue to pound it down low.
And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Pass to Selden. Now here's Parsons. He's tightly guarded. 11 feet away. Not going to go that time. Great D that time from Thomas. And now the fast break. Thomas with the ball. Zubac. It's good on the putback.
The shooting percentage is really solid so far, fellas. Good start to this game for him.
Chalmers with it. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. To the paint. Stolen away. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Kuzma, covered by Parsons. Ennis dishes to Fry. Back to Ennis. Clock at 6. That misses, had a chance to tie it there.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And the rejection by Zubac. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. And so it's Memphis with it. Here's Zeldin. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher.
Well, and that's exactly how the game is played in the paint inside, guys. I mean, if you can play over the top, I think you've got a big advantage.
Now Ennis. Outside Thomas. And Fry kicks to Ennis. There's the pass to Kuzma. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Yeah, and that turned the tide, the rebounding differential. They've got to focus and make it a team effort to really pound the glass.
Lakers trail by 4. Now here's Thomas. Not too proud of his numbers in that game against the Timberwolves, that's for sure. That one good for 2. Zubac has got 6 points. Grizzlies have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Chalmers with it, now guarded by Ennis. And Chalmers kicks to Parsons. Goes up off the pick. Parsons can't get that one to fall.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
Now here's Parsons. Isaiah Thomas unable to get his last shot to go. And here's Ennis. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Thomas passes to Kuzma. Back to Thomas. Just 5 to shoot. There's the screen. There's the triple. Shot clock reset for Los Angeles. A minute 50 left in the first quarter of the game. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Well, games so often come down to free throws, and when that's the case, these are the players you want at the line. The best free throw shooting 2 guards in the NBA. Isaiah Thomas is second.
We've gotten used to seeing a lot of terrific free throw shooters from the 2-guard ranks, but even so, it shouldn't take away from what these players have been able to do up there.
Yeah, I don't care what their position is, guys. I mean, they deserve a bunch of credit for those numbers. Each one of them is just so clutch at the foul line.
And he knocks down the first one. Clark, when you were playing, what was your game day routine like?
Well, it was simple. I didn't complicate things, Kevin. I tried to get a good meal, was just beginning to learn how to eat properly and best for my body. And then I would always try to get an hour to 2-hour pregame nap. That goes all the way back to high school. I enjoyed just getting off my feet. Sometimes I would fall asleep completely. Other times I would just kind of drift into a light sleep. But just having that routine of resting before games was part of how I got ready to try to serve the other guys up.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Feeds it to Ennis. There's the screen. High arcing shot. Parsons outside. Pass to Selden. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Now here's Fromm. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Los Angeles with another miss. Memphis leading. And that one's good. Selden.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
I could not say it any better, showing you some real focus, taking it inside against the bigger man.
Here's Ennis. The Grizzlies making the shot. Back to Fry. There's the triple. Grizzlies with the rebound. Lakers trail by 4. Ennis with the ball. Out left to the wing. Floats one. Parsons with some nice D. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Memphis out in front. They're up by 4. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
You know, Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
Here's Thomas. They've got Brook Lopez. Isaiah Thomas out there with Ennis. Then there's Channing Frye. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. Now here's Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. Yep, that one goes in there. Thomas got the opening field goal of the second quarter for Los Angeles.
Playing big, willing to go toe-to-toe against a guy who towers over him.
Yeah, I like his heart there, the competitive spirit. I mean, refusing to be held in check by bigger defenders. That's all heart and competitive spirit.
Here's Selden. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
And I don't think there's any question about it, guys. He's got to bring that percentage up. I mean, those are the kind of free throw numbers that will get you in a coach's doghouse and get your teammates a little mad at you.
One shot.
Well, you know, historically, the Lakers have been a glamour franchise and have been able to attract top-tier free agents. The temptation exists to skip any rebuilding and instead look to reload with new stars. We'll see if that pays dividends going forward.
Now here's Ennis. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Another shot, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
He is actually 2 hands full inside, and Lopez more than happy to take the trip to the line.
And Coach Walton has said when you build from within, you control your own destiny. What do you think, Clark? Should they build slowly but surely or look to land the big free agent?
Well, I think you do a combination of the two, but slow and steady usually wins the race. I know in this day and age we want everything microwave, but one of the questions for the Lakers is how many of these young guys have real star potential? Who are those guys you can build around? And if you don't see it, the temptation grows stronger to go out and try to find that ready-made star.
The first one falls.
Nice looking set shot for Lopez. He can stretch the floor just about to the three-point line.
Brook Lopez hits them both. Well, Clark, your whole career, you were a fantastic rebounder. Really at all levels you played it. With that in mind, who do you think are some of the best rebounders right now in the NBA?
Well, for me, it's all about the consistency of getting rebounds at both ends of the floor, and I tend to lean towards those guys that get a bunch of offensive rebounds. So in that regard, Kevin Love, Hassan Whiteside, Andre Drummond, those guys are tenacious and highly productive on the offensive board.
Here's Ennis after the made shot from Chandler Parsons. And the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut back down to 3 points with the bucket from Kuzma.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Now here's Chalmers. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Davis kicks to Selden. Here's Martin. Here's Davis out to the right wing. And the wide open shot from Chalmers. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Now here's Thomas. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Now Martin. After Isaiah Thomas missed from long range. And yes, it's good. Selden's got the lead up to 8 now for the Grizzlies.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Ennis dishes to Fry. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Back to Lopez. He feeds it to Fry. Here's Thomas. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor. And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
And the Lakers breathe a sigh of relief this summer, retaining their lottery pick that had a greater than 50-50 chance of falling to the 76ers.
And you know what, Kevin? That's a huge boost for the franchise, drafting Lonzo Ball. They kept their pick, but that means they will lose their 2018 pick. No upside to losing games this season. They're going all in.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group.
Lopez is not the fastest guy coming out of the screen as a roller, but when he gets a step, he's hard to slow down.
Gasol kicks to Conley. Back to Gasol. This one for 3. Ball with the rebound. Lakers trail by 8. The baseline J. That shot no good. Great D that time from Green. And there's McLemore on the assist from Conley. Conley's got his 3rd assist on the night.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Now here's Randall. 14 points from him the last game against Minnesota.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long. Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
You know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket. And that is textbook perfect, the bounce pass. Exactly how you want to throw it.
Now Ball. Lopez kicks to Ingram. Kick by Randall. Ball with a wide open look. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession.
And checking out some stats for Conley. Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. He's putting up about 14 points a night, 7 assists, and 2 rebounds. And you know, pretty terrific numbers across the board.
Yeah, so many books in his library. He lights up the scoreboard on a nightly basis.
Back to Gasol. And the layup's good off the glass. Gasol's got 9.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Ball kicks to Caldwell Pope. Now here's Ball. Covered by Conley. Randall a screen on Conley. Lopez a screen. The dish to Randall. Lets it go from the wing. That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Lopez.
Well, I liked the first quarter he had. I mean, and I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
And here's the fast break. Randall leading it all the way. Second shot opportunity, and it's Ingram missing.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Now here is Conley. 14 points from him the last game against the Suns in Phoenix.
And you know, Kevin, his creativity really on display that night. I mean, he was threading beautiful passes everywhere.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Timeout called the Lakers. And Clark, as you watch the game at both the college and pro levels over the years, what has been the biggest change for you in your view of that?
Well, you know what, Kevin, there are a couple of things. The athleticism, the real emphasis on training and strengthening the core, meaning from your kneecaps to your sternum. The work that's done to train the hamstrings and quads and glutes and that core area as a place of power, as your center of power, is one of the significant changes I've seen, not just in basketball, but all sports. And it's benefited the athletes greatly and the overall athleticism. And then from a playing standpoint or on the floor standpoint, I think the three-point shot. I think that's been the biggest dramatic change in the game.
And here is Conley after Brandon Ingram getting his shot to go from deep. A wide open look for Gasol. Gasol with another miss. Lakers trail by 11. Caldwell Pope right side. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Fires the three. Conley's shot is off. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Ingram passes to Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Such an exciting young player. Randall flexing his muscles there.
Outside Conley. Inside Gasol. And Gasol slams it in.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And here is Los Angeles now. The Grizzlies making the shot. Green with the block. Outside Conley. Evans outside. He kicks it to McLemore. Shoots over Ingram. And another basket for Memphis.
Buckets coming in bunches right now. He is just being big time.
Lakers trail by 13. Ball dishes to Ingram. Randall a screen on Conley. They set the pick. Lopez a screen. Randall kicks to Lopez. He can't get that one. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. Here's Conley. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Conley's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
And it's Memphis on the break. And another basket for Memphis.
Fellow Buckeye Mike Conley, one of the outstanding point guards in the league. His defensive prowess, superb. He's not afraid to go after steals, and he usually gets his share.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. 6 points for him. Randall a screen on Conley. Lopez a screen. Looking to end the run. And the dunk by Lopez.
You know, one of the things that really impresses me about Ball, Kevin, is how good he is at setting up his man so he can make the pass that he wants to.
Here's McLemore. 9 points in the game so far. Outside for Gasol. And it's Memphis with another.
Defense has no answer for him. I mean, none. They look completely lost. He's been on fire.
Timeout called the Lakers.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
And continuity is one thing that lends itself to winning. You see that in Memphis, that their key players in Gasol and Conley, these guys are all getting it done.
Some changes for Memphis. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for Jermichael Green, and Fresh subbed in for Mike Conley. Here's Caldwell Pope. 14 points from him the last game against Minnesota. Thomas gets a wide open look. Hits the three-point bomb. He's got 7. And the challenge for the Grizzlies has been finding that 4th or 5th star caliber player, Greg, to push them over the top.
And they've needed a two-way terror on the wing for the longest time here. None of their draft picks or free agent signings have really broken through. And that's what it's going to take if they want to break through in the West.
Now here's Thomas after the Marcus Olmas. Clock at 6. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas, and again it's the Lakers.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Chalmers passes to Parsons. Back to Chalmers. Out to the right wing. Pulls up. That misses off the backboard.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Kuzma, that's good.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Evans against Caldwell Pope. Evans attacking, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the foul against the Lakers.
You got to appreciate the skill set of Evans. I mean, Tyreek Evans can play a few different spots for you, and he's got nice handles for a guy his size.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. First one falls for him. And for the Lakers, a big boost to their franchise fortunes this summer. They not only stay in the top 3, but move up a spot and able to draft hometown kid Lonzo Ball.
And, you know, the Lakers drafting second in the lottery for the 3rd straight year, Kevin. You got to cash in on those picks eventually. And Ball, I think, has the chance to be really an outstanding player. Maybe the best of all their young players, although Brandon Ingram, I think, has a tremendous ceiling. The comparisons to Jason Kidd with Ball, I understand those and don't disagree with them. He can potentially be the kind of franchise point guard you build around.
There's a good screen. Ennis rejected by Gasol.
You really got to admire the reach of Gasol. He's excellent at utilizing those long arms of his to turn away shots.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Anytime your field goal percentage is in the high 50s, partner, you're doing something right.
Lakers trail by 14. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Ennis sets the screen for Thomas. Passes it to Kuzma. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Evans attacking. It's stolen by Ennis. There's Thomas with the 3. And so it's Memphis. Up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Contavious, you guys were getting a lot of offensive rebounds in the first half. How important was that?
I mean, they was important, man. We got to keep them off the glass. We can't get them second shot, and we got offensive rebounds too as well. Get us some second chance at the basket and just keep working hard.
Well, you made it work in the first half, KCP. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Marc Gasol playing terrific basketball in this one. He ended up with 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal. In their previous game, he had a performance he said he wanted to put behind him quickly, and so far he's doing just that with the nice first half he had here. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Grizzlies?
Well, Marc Gasol's game was big as his frame in the first half. Tremendously skilled. He's been every bit as good as we expected.
And Kenny, let's get your thoughts on the Lakers.
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. It's been a clinic out there by Marc Gasol.
And I'll tell you, his work on the blocks in that first half, really impressive.
Yeah, he squatted on that paint area and owned it, perfectly using his size and that soft touch inside. That's a heck of a combination, strength, size, and soft touch. Nice.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Tipping off the second half, here's David Fizdale's 5. In the post, it's Green and Gasol together. Conley out there with Evans, and it's McLemore in at the 3, the small forward. Brook Lopez coming over to the Lakers this past summer in a deal for D'Angelo Russell. Strange to see Lopez not in a Nets uniform as he had been with the team so long, but he is someone this Lakers team wanted.
Yeah, I mean, the Lakers saw a strong center to help take this team to the next level. Lopez gives you a lot and doesn't need a lot, so it'll be a big help with the maturing of this young Lakers core.
That's good from Lopez.
Boy, I tell you, one of the most accomplished and effective post scorers in the league is Brook Lopez. I mean, this guy gets it done in there. He's got size, footwork, and the silky smooth touch to get it done in a big way on the low block.
Lopez hits them both. And with Brook Lopez's size and strength, Clark, he's got the physical build to back you down and finish over the top.
And not to mention, Kevin, you're right about all of that, but the shooting skill, excellent skill, footwork, hands, touch, a high percentage finisher, and an excellent free throw shooter.
And you think about it, for so long, the Grizzlies were kind of the throwback team. I mean, they had the 2 bangers in the front court, and they really rejected that whole pace and space movement. But finally, they've come around, retooling their lineups to get more shooting on the floor.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Greg, you look at the changes for the Grizzlies, looking for versatility and adaptability in their players.
Yeah, grit and grind, still the identity, but you got to be able to space the floor and cover pick and rolls. The era of a post-up centric basketball team doesn't seem to be in the future.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Lakers trail by 11. Here's Ball. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Conley dishes to Gasol. The feed now to McLemore. Evans kicks to Conley. A rebound by the Lakers. Lopez has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Ingram wide open. And another basket for the Lakers.
No stopping Ingram when he's in rhythm, especially when he gets a pass in the spot he loves pulling the trigger from.
Conley, the pass to Gasol. Good D by Lopez. And so it's the Lakers with it. In the second half, they've only given up 1 basket coming from the free throw line.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard.
Guys, it is symbolic of their effort here tonight.
Ball kicks to Lopez. Over Gasol. Here's Ball. And finally they hit 1. Ball's got 4 this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now here's Gasol. He's got 17. Here's McLemore. And it's Ingram with the rebound.
And, you know, 1 for 4, not a good start. I mean, they got to play with a little more energy this half.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Conley with it, now guarded by Ball. Gasol against Randall. Lopez with the steal. It's stolen by McLemore. Evans kicks to Gasol. And Gasol slams it in.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much elevation for Gasol to throw one down, of course, unless somebody's standing right in his way. That dunk is going to be easy money for him.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Lopez a screen. Here's Ingram. No good, shot missing. Some solid defense from Gasol. McLemore dishes to Evans. Lets the 3 fly. Goes back up. Gasol back to Conley. And yep, couple bounces and it falls. And now a 9-point Grizzly lead.
And, you know, Kevin, Gasol is one of the best passers in the league. I mean, in his position, there aren't many better. Excellent at scanning the floor and finding the open man.
And that one's good. Ingram.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, David Fizdale was one of the most respected assistant coaches in the league before he took over in Memphis last season. He spent 8 seasons in Miami, where LeBron James played for him. LeBron said he has every quality that would fit a head coach. He's confident in his ability, a great learner, a great communicator. So it was great to see him get the nod, and he's proven so far why he's capable of the job. Kevin?
And an endorsement from LeBron is never a bad thing, D.A. Thanks so much. Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Deontay Davis is checked in for Gasol. Jarrell Martin comes in for Green, and it's Selden in for McLemore. Now here's Evans. There's Selden. He's got 13. The shot's good from Evans. Evans has got 9. And Lakers head coach Luke Walton got his start as an NBA coach in Golden State as a top assistant. He said, looking back, he would have paid to coach under Steve Kerr with everything he's learned.
Wow, that's a high compliment from Walton. Kerr and Walton have very similar personalities, too. I mean, both are pretty even-keeled, low-key kind of guys. And when Kerr's back surgery sidelined him, Walton led the Warriors to the best start in NBA history. Pretty amazing.
Lakers trail by 7. Now here's Ball. 6 points for him. He dishes it to Caldwell Pope. Shot clock at 6. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Memphis.
Tell you what, Kevin, it would be helpful if he would start to contribute a little more on offense, because when he's missing, it makes it really hard for this team.
Now here's Evans. 9 points in the game so far. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Lonzo Ball picks one up.
And Mike Conley, the fellow Buckeye, is about as reliable as it gets in running his team and doing everything you want a point guard to do. A crafty defender. He also has really elevated his game offensively.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Mike Conley. No good on the second free throw.
And Julius Randle, that 7th pick back in the 14 draft out of Kentucky, was a 5-star recruit out of high school and was able to help get the Wildcats to the championship round. So this is a guy who is used to the spotlight.
And here is Conley after Brandon Ingram getting his shot to go from deep. And it's Conley penetrating right through the D for the layup. Conley's got 5 points now this quarter.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Boy, like his intensity, Greg. He's not afraid to take it straight to the rack on the bigger defender. Right at it.
Now here's Ball. 6 points for him. Picked by Randle. Down low, off the pick, and Ball slams it in.
Man, I like Ball's fantastic body control there. Really hard to knock him off balance. He's really quite good at converting shots through contact for such a young player.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Memphis.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
Yeah, but don't forget about their points in the paint, because those have been big.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Channing Frye's checked in for Randle, and it's Isaiah Thomas in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And that one misses. And Julius Randle with an intriguing game, a great rebounder. He's a pretty good ball handler for his size, too.
Yeah, he likes to rip it and run, and very athletic when he gets ahead of steam, and boy, he can be tough to contain.
Here's Evans following the basket by Brook Lopez. Selden passes to Conley. Dishes to Evans. Here's Martin, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
And let's take a look at the numbers for Ingram. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And really for him, it's about putting in the work and improving his game.
Yeah, and I think he wants to. It's one of those things where you either want it or you don't, and he does.
Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for Memphis. Fresh comes in for Michael Conley.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And the rejection by Zubac. Kuzma passes to Ennis. Again, Los Angeles. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Lakers?
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Here are the Lakers. They're on a 17-7 run. Thomas against Parsons. Zubac. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And now it's a 3-point Laker lead.
And defensively, guys, they've lost something since halftime. I mean, they've given up open looks. They've got to buckle down and get some stops here. Play with some urgency.
The Grizzlies with another miss. LA's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Martin. And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Gasol.
Well, you have to think that he is going to look to go to the rim a little more often going forward because the three ball just hasn't been there. Sometimes it seems he's not getting his feet set or rushing his shooting motion, but either way, it just ain't falling.
From in close, here's Zubac, and such a nice move to make the basket work. Zubac has got 10.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Now, here's Chalmers. Defense is right there. Here's Selden, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. That's called on Channing Frye. The Grizzlies have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And he makes the first. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Los Angeles leading by 4.
And really no other way to put it but the Lakers with that dramatic front office change last season around that deadline and new big name leadership. And the hope is that they can escape from what's been an awfully rocky patch here of Lakers history.
Deflected by Davis. Here's Selden. 14 points for him. Picked him clean. Here's Ennis. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Thomas got 5 assists in the game.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
And the turmoil for the Lakers up top has certainly been fodder for the newspapers in Southern California.
Yeah, aborted takeover attempts, infighting, court battles. I mean, this has been a soap opera. But one thing is certain, in order to be successful as a franchise, you need everybody on the same page.
And here is Frye after the three-pointer from Chandler Parsons. Outside Thomas. He can't get that one, and it's Memphis the other way. Here's Selden. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Martin wide open. He fires. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Los Angeles leading by 3. Zubac kicks to Ennis. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
There's 1:40 left in the third quarter of the game. And Chalmers kicks to Parsons. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Well, a max contract last season for Chandler Parsons, despite, Greg, his history of knee injuries. That was a bold move by the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and they've needed a great two-way wing player for years. Hopefully, Parsons can get healthy and fulfill that role for this team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Parsons. Some changes for Memphis. Marcus All's checked in for Davis. Green comes in for Jarrell Martin. And it's Ben McLemore in for Selden. so he gets them both.
Gotta like the confidence. Such an important part of making shots. Nice seeing a big man knock down free throws.
Here's Kuzma. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. They get Marc Gasol.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
The Grizzlies trail by 7. 1:19 left here in the third quarter. Green, the screen. Gasol setting the pick for Parsons. 4 on the clock. Over Fry. No good from Gasol.
Gotta give the defense credit. That was a great contest on a high percentage shot in the paint.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Fantastic speed on the break. Speed kill, showing no mercy in transition there, partner.
Bucket is good. Chalmers has got his second bucket tonight.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. Thomas a screen. Kuzma passes to Zubac. Kuzma, that's good. Kuzma's got the lead up to 9 now for Los Angeles.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Thomas, good.
And whatever it was at halftime worked because their offense far more effective here in the second. They finally found some sets that are working for them.
Kicks to Green. Nobody near Parsons. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got his 3rd assist on the night. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Trailing to start the quarter, they battled hard and pulled off a tremendous comeback. Now enjoying the lead. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play getting started. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Channing Frye out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Ennis. Then it's Thomas. And it's Kuzma in at the 3. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Now here's McLemore. Here's Parsons. That's tipped and out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Los Angeles leading by 8. Thomas kicks to Ennis. Pass to Kuzma. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Outside Thomas takes a 3. Thomas with another miss.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Shots good by McLemore.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Thomas kicks to Zubac. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard.
Guys, it is symbolic of their effort here tonight.
Now, here's Chalmers. And here's McLemore. Here's Gasol. And another basket for Memphis.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Timeout called the Lakers.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
Yeah, recalibration time with the timeout call there.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Evans comes in for Chandler Parsons. And Mike Conley subbed in for Fresh. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Luke Walton was saying to the team. He told them one thing. He said, no mistakes from here on out. We've got a good lead. Don't take chances. No dumb fouls. Smart basketball the rest of the way, guys.
And here is Conley after Brandon Ingram getting his shot to go from deep. Now here's McLemore outside. Kicks it out to Evans. Second shot opportunity. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the foul called on the Los Angeles Lakers.
You got to respect the physicality of Evans. Excellent at drawing contact on his way up.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And he can't hit the second.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Now Conley after the missed 3 from Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and that's Evans penetrating.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Evans. And both free throws good for Tyreke Evans. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Ball kicks to Randall. And there's the pass to Ball. Over Conley. And the Lakers get it back.
There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys.
And they've gotten very aggressive on the offensive glass here in the second half, getting a lot of second chance points.
Green, the screen. Steps back and fires. They get it back. And there's the bucket. Stand with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
And that's exactly why you got to box him out, because when you don't, that's what happens. He burns you on the glass.
Lopez a screen. Ingram. The Grizzlies pull it in. Gasol's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Outside Conley. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
Great move to get to the rim. I think they're going to take the aggressive approach down the stretch.
And, Greg, you know that's never a bad idea to be the aggressor. I mean, what a ball game we've got going on here, guys.
Here's Caldwell-Pope. Michael Conley making his last shot. Lopez a screen. Here's Ingram. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Ingram's got 14 points here in the second half. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Outside Conley. Feeds it to Gasol. Good D by Lopez. LA's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter.
Set him up well there. Brook Lopez showing his vision and willingness as a passer.
Conley with it. Outside Gasol. He can't get that one to fall. Good D by Lopez. Evans against Caldwell Pope.
No easy options for the defense when Lopez gets in deep.
And the first one drops. Brook Lopez hits them both. Timeout called. The Grizzlies. Nice game. Great performance by Brook Lopez.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
The Grizzlies trail by 10. Now Conley. Pass to Gasol. And it's sent back by Lopez.
Big Brook Lopez gobbling up space and getting the block on that play.
Now here's Ingram, guarded by McLemore. That shot off. Conley kicks to Evans. In the corner, it's McLemore. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Brook Lopez.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. Los Angeles leading by 9. Now here's Ball. He feeds it to Ingram. Over McLemore, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Here's Green. Goes back up. The dish now to McLemore. Evans against Caldwell Pope. Evans goes in. Here's McLemore, and it's sent back by Lopez. Randall kicks to Ball. And that one drops. Ball's got the lead up to 11 now for the Lakers.
And I tell you what, Ball has excellent speed. He's got good size, and his savvy shows up right there because he's cutting right into the heart of the defense at just the right time.
Gasol's shot is good.
Kevin, it certainly hasn't been for lack of effort, but still, his team needs him to do more out there.
Randall a screen on Conley. Off the pick. Randall no good.
When he's got that kind of positioning, he's got to score it. Got to score the ball from there.
And it's Conley penetrating. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Always like seeing Evans share the basketball. A capable passer who knows how to get his guys going.
One shot, gentlemen.
That one misses for Mike Conley. Lakers leading by 7. Gasol with the steal. Green dishes to Evans. Takes the 13-footer. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 4 assists in the game. For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Ball, the pass to Ingram. Shot clock at 5. Steps back and fires. And that one comes up a bit short.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
In the corner, it's McLemore. Offline with his 3.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And Brandon Ingram, the 2nd overall pick in 2016 out of Duke. What do you make of his rookie season?
You know, very much a work in progress. You have to remember how young he is. Didn't turn 19 until 3 months before the draft, and he's still rail thin. So he's got a chance to improve very quickly over the next few seasons as his body continues to mature.
And that one falls for Ingram.
And Ingram, the former Blue Devil, an extraordinary player who only promises to get better and better.
Conley kicks to Gasol. And finished off by Gasol.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Here's Ingram. The Grizzlies making the shot. And Brook Lopez, the bucket on the assist from Ingram. Ingram's got 3 assists now in this one.
Just like clockwork, Lopez doing damage inside.
Now here's Conley. To the middle, and so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
Well, the thing they did there, Greg, clogged up the passing lanes, playing them beautifully and making things hard for the opponent. That's really good defense.
Here's Conley out to the right wing. Shoots from the baseline.
Brandon Ingram is as complete a player as they come. I mean, not only awesome on offense, but spectacular on defense as well.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
That one falls.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down. Terrific timing on that pass, placing it in a great spot, ideal spot where his teammate could score.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Here's Ball. From outside, off the mark. Lopez against Gasol. The drive by Green.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Lopez a screen. And that one's good. Ingram's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Gotta like seeing Ingram get going down underneath the rim. Just another dimension of his game that he continues to develop.
Now here's Green to the left side wing. Now here's McLemore outside. With that miss, he's now made 6 and missed 6 from the field. It's Caldwell Pope with the drive, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. They get Marc Gasol.
Yeah, and that quick first step that Caldwell Pope possesses is lethal. Drawing the contact there thanks to his aggressiveness.
That free throw good from Caldwell Pope.
Yeah, much improved foul shooter. KCP also starting to get to the line at a higher rate.
And Caldwell Pope drops them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Evans dishes to Conley. At the elbow, Green. Second chance shot. Conley's shot is off.
Boy, the defense was great. Superb, stellar, platinum level. Can't really contest that shot any better than that.
They get it back. Ingram setting a pick for Ball. Ingram with it. Now defended by McLemore. Here's Lopez. Green with the rebound. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Now here's McLemore outside. The putback.
And the offensive rebounding really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the board.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Thomas is checked in. And here is Los Angeles now. They've led by as many as 11 points. Now here's Ingram. He's covered closely. He kicks the ball. Randall, a screen on Conley. Ball, the pass to Lopez. Add that basket to his impressive total. Brings him to 10 for 14.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Lakers.
They simply ran him off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
But Greg, still 2 more games upcoming between these teams, so we could have a few more twists and turns down the road.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Brook Lopez.
And the way he rebounded, he surely was a spark for the team as he was securing everything that came off the iron.
We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Great effort, terrific instincts. That's just solid all-around play, Kevin.
One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
And here's Ennis. And so the Lakers take the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Congrats, Brook, on the win. You guys were down, but you were able to overcome it. What does that say about your team?
You know, I think it shows our poise. You know, we responded. You know, I think we were really at our highest urgency level, and we came together as a team, and this time we held our lead in that.
Well, maybe you'll continue to develop that killer instinct during the rest of the season. Thanks, Brook. Back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. See you later.